Hawaii's 4-month legislative session is usually so intense. Lawmakers say they often are so preoccupied with bills, hearings, and deadlines that it's often hard to see the big picture. KITV4 News decided to help them change that. Last week, we invited a number of Hawaii's younger political leaders from both parties, both House and Senate, to just sit down and talk story over lunch. The resulting conversation tells us a lot about how they feel and think about politics in Hawaii and the problems we face in the near and long-term future. KITV4's Daryl Huff organized the event.
The young leaders were very enthusiastic about meeting here at the Lieutenant Governor's office, but the rest of their generation is not only not enthusiastic, it's even alienated from politics. That's the first thing we wanted to ask them about.
There's so little engagement from folks our age. And I think in a large part it has to do with the fact that we're not exposed to this sort of environment.
When most people come out of high school having taken 3 years of math or 3 years of language or English, but they've never actually learned about the 3 branches of government, the 3 levels of government, what any of those functions of government do, then they have a harder time, I think, understanding when they read the newspaper how the decisions of government affect their life.
Our constituencies don't know what we do, and a lot of times, and it's not just the young folks. I mean, I go into the market and people ask me, how's Washington, D.C.? And I voted for you, and so they're not really sure where I even work.
They're interested. What was it like standing on the road? Was it just standing on the road with that dumb sign, with your name on it?
Mostly, yes.
Get your bald spot burned off.
Previous generations, when they were experiencing abject poverty on a massive level, or social conditions that were just not right, it rallied people and it sort of created this larger, it's my civic duty to change the system.
At the same time, we also need the help of the media to make sure that those messages are getting out. Too often, you open the front page of the paper, the leading credits of the news, it's the doom and gloom things. It's what we did wrong here, how it went wrong, what we did bad, the old boy this, the old boy that. We need people to understand that there's more going on in this building than just the common taglines and 30-second sound bites that we've heard year after year after year.
But as lawmakers, we're not good at dumbing down the messaging to make government relevant to the people. And that's the key to public engagement in the future, is making government relevant to them.
They figure out it's not going to really affect me. Well, it is. Medicare and Medicaid, if our country's economy is not doing well, we'll never have programs for this generation of people. And I think they may not be 65, but it's going to affect them.
And they say they are different from the older generation of politicians. We'll have them talk about why in our next report. From the state capitol, Daryl Huff, KITV4 News.
Now, that conversation with the political leaders continues tonight at 10 when they discuss whether the younger generation of politicians is any better than our more experienced leaders. They'll also talk about what they think are the most critical problems facing Hawaii right now.